Hello everyone and welcome to my coloring corner. Today is Try It Tuesday and of course we are still working in 2 weeks of Kirby. I'm just going to move this camera here just so that you can see a little bit better. And we are working on a picture that we started with covering the page with ink. First I gessoed the page, I covered it with a brown ink, and then we started with the bird with an acrylic pen as well as some white acrylic pen. I've gone over all of the branches and a few of the leaves with a gold paint. And we're going to finish this off with a white silver paint. Sorry, my brain is not all functioning today. My four-legged alarm clock wasn't around to wake me up, so my brain isn't all here, but we will get this done, and we will move on with the next thing. So the first thing I'm actually going to do is I'm going to take a Faber-Castell Pitt pen. This is a Indian ink pen, and we're going to actually color in the background like so. I think this might be too bright. Behind the bird, behind the leaves. I'm keeping you on the main screen because this is a very fiddly bit of work here. Now, with the gesso, the page is a little bit rougher than without the gesso. So I'm just going to very, very gently. The one thing I do like about the Pitt pens is you barely have to touch the page with them, and the ink just flows freely onto the page. This is a metallic blue that I'm using. Let's make sure I'm in screen. That'd be helpful. And I'm just going around all of the plants. And attempting not to cover over any of the plant or bird areas. Leaving the other leaves here in that brown ink. And the darker areas of the brown ink are going to make the blue darker in some areas, which is great. Now I could have done this with an alcohol marker as well, but I haven't used my Pitt pens in a while, so might as well use something new, right? The one thing I am noticing is that getting into some tight areas here can be difficult with the Pitt pens. And I may need to put it on with a brush, which will be fine if I end up having to do that. basically what you would do is the same thing that you would do with any other water-based marker, is you would put it down on a palette and pick it up with a brush and put it on your page. And like I said, if the getting into the tighter areas is difficult, I will do that. There's a few tight areas here. If I go extremely quiet, it's just concentration. Trying to make sure that I don't color over anything that we don't want to color over. Oh, Mr. Choo Choo. And I know this is probably quite boring, but the results that we'll get should be very pretty. That's what I'm hoping anyway. I've never done this before, so I can't be positive on what the results are going to be. So far I'm not getting any damage on the pit pen. However, if you're going to use an alcohol marker, use the bullet nib of your marker and try to use markers that aren't overly expensive, because the softer felt tip of a marker can have some issues and you can get some damage from the texture of the gesso. Same with if you're going to do this with colored pencil. Make sure that you use a inexpensive pencil. Try to use a bit of a harder pencil just so that you don't get as much wear as you would with a softer pencil. Because with soft pencils you will get some wear on your pencils very quickly. And you don't want that. Just coming up through here. Just getting into the fiddly bits. So I apologize that I have not been doing many of my regular scheduled videos in the past week. It's been really hard to to concentrate is, I guess, the word I'm looking for. It's been very difficult to concentrate. Alright, move down here. So as you can see, this is what we're going to do for the entire background. And I want to get the background down to a certain point so that the white the white paint that we're going to use, there's certain plants I'm going to use the white paint on. Oops, that was a leaf. And there's, it's going to stand out against the blue and the gold, as well as the black of the bird. But until we get down to that point, we gotta keep on going. Now, as you can see, this area here that has some darker brown in it, the blue is going to be darker in those areas. Now you can use acrylic paint for this, you can use acrylic markers for this, you can even use alcohol markers for this. The only thing I do suggest with any of those things is that you use an item that is going to deal with the texture of the page without ruining it. The Pitt pens seem to have a nice hard nib. I'm not seeing any disintegration on the nibs yet. But I will look on the other side here in just a minute, because we're almost 3/4 of the way through, or almost 1/4 of the way through, I should say, not 3/4 of the way. That'd be quick, wouldn't it? And if any damage is going to happen, it would have started to happen. All right. All right, so not seeing any damage to the nib, which is good. I'll know more once we get into some of the larger areas, like up and through here, where it's a bit bigger, on if there's going to be any sort of major damage. I hope everyone's enjoying the 2 weeks with Kirby. Once I get this one done, it will be my 3rd one to finish. I have a couple more that are works in progress that I've been working on a little bit. I haven't been doing a whole lot because, well, life. My life is a little bit topsy-turvy right now, which is weird. Don't usually let things affect me really this badly, and this feelings is a little bit thrown me for a bit of a loop. But this too shall pass, and I will work through it. It's just going to take a bit of time. I don't like airing too much of what goes on in my brain publicly, but I know a lot of you have been very supportive and have reached out, and I appreciate that. A lot of you know the pain that I'm going through, and I know that several have said, take your time, do your thing. And some days I'm good as long as I keep busy, and then there's some days that I'm not good at all. Today didn't start out so good. Like I said, my four-legged alarm clock wasn't there to wake me up. Usually if I slept in, she would be waking me up, letting me know that I slept in. Or when Dad left, letting me know that Dad left and it was time to get up. Sometimes she would come in and wake me up in the morning so that I could get Bob up for work, and then she would go curl up next to the bed and let me go back to sleep. And then as soon as he was out the door and on his way to work, she would wake me up and let me know that he left. Usually at that point she would want to go outside and do the morning routine. It's another thing is the morning routine is missing. Part of it is. Anyway, so at about 7 o'clock, I don't know what to do with myself, because usually I take her out for her bathroom and help her into the house. Sorry guys, yeah, I'm a bit of a mess. And you guys probably don't want to hear all this, so. And you really don't want to hear me start to reminisce too much, because then I will start to cry. And we don't want that. Because then I gotta turn things off. I know I don't want to hear myself cry. I'm an ugly crier. So, have we reached any of them yet? Well, we reached this one. So some of these branches, there's a few of them in there that are like this. I'm going to be doing them with the white shimmer paint. And I'll show you here in just a second how that's going to look. This is definitely one way to do a background. I was going to just leave the background the way it was, but I thought, well, wouldn't it be cool to actually color in the background, but not color in the leaves? And let the leaves have that brown antique look. So that's why I'm doing it this way. I changed my mind on how I wanted it to look, because I was going to color in the leaves, because that's just my brain says, okay, you got to color those in. But I'm going to fight my brain, and I'm just going to color the background. There's a few different leaf areas that I'm going to paint a little bit. Getting into fiddly areas here. Just so that it gives a little bit of difference there, because I think they would stand out very well against the blue and the black. And I want to play with my shimmer paint. Just saying, that's the main reason there, is I want to play with my shimmer paint. Something tells me that was a wing, so we may have to go over that with black. Just gonna leave that next to it. Missed a piece of his tail and just colored it blue, because I think that's a part of his tail. But that's okay, I'll get the black marker out here and fix that. So of course today we'll have more of the streamers. So please make sure that you enjoy the streamathon and all of the wonderful people that Shannon has put together to create a wonderful event full of Kirby. Met a few new YouTubers and got to see some cool new techniques. And lots of new pages, giving me all sorts of ideas. Not just for Kirby, but for coloring all sorts of things. Now, of course, because this is Try It Tuesday, if you guys want me to try anything that I haven't done before or that you haven't seen me use in a while, let me know in the comment section below the video, and I will make a list of them, and we will do some of those, if not all of them, in the near future on Try It Tuesdays. Because, you know, brain doesn't work very good right now, and I can't think of anything to do for next Tuesday. It's one of those things. So this book is Color Morphia. The gesso that I used is the Mott texture gesso. And it's a clear gesso. You put it on, it looks white, and it dries and it's clear. I put 2.5 layers of that on Two thick layers and a thin layer is what I mean by 2.5. Then I used the Magic Fly acrylic paint pens for the black and the white. And I've used the Jacquard gold paint for the branches of the plants. The ink that I used was just some random walnut colored ink that I had laying around the house from some sketch boxes that I used to subscribe to. You can do it with anything. I saw her do one with all different colors of acrylic ink. So you can use whatever ink that you want. I have also seen people do this technique with tea bags, which looks really cool. I think coffee is another one that works really well for it. So all I've colored so far is blue, so let's finish up this area here, and then we'll go back and do the white areas. And then we will be done for the day. I will continue and finish off the blue areas here. After the white area is dry. That's one of the reasons why I'm sort of holding off a little bit, because I can't do anything else until the white area is dry. So if I can get the majority of, or at least half of the blue done, then at least at a solid stopping point in the page. The great thing with the Indian ink is, just like with other water-based inks, it does not spread unless you add water to it. Fill that in. However, it does stay wet for a little while on this gesso. Try to make sure I stay on screen. It's another reason why I kept you on the main screen. It's because this book is huge, and I would probably end up being off screen most of the time. Do notice that with my videos, even though I am talking to you all, that you're not responding, so I'm not looking up to see the screen, and I'm not keeping track of where I'm working compared to where you guys can see. Alright. So this is another one of those plants, so I'm just going to do the blue around it. Just because I'm already here. Missed a bit of gold there, so get that as well. And the choo-choo says hello. He's a noisy one today. Okay. Okay, I think that's it around those leaves. And of course there's more elsewhere, but so there we have half of it done in the blue ink. Now we're going to take our shimmer and our brush. And the plants that we're going to cover are this one, this one, this one, this one, and that's it so far. We'll do others up here at the top. This one here as well. But we won't do that one until after I get the blue on. Ooh, I'm going to shake that paint up. It's going clumpy. Now this is a washable, light fast, permanent ink paint. So once it dries, it'll give us that white shimmer. Need a better brush than this. Need a little bit of a bigger brush. Not too much bigger, but a little bigger. Like this one. Yeah, that's a bit bigger. That's better. And the other brushes there are waiting in case I need it for smaller detail areas. Alright. I need to grab that black as well before I forget. But I need to let that blue dry first. Now, Thursday is my birthday, and I will be having a live stream to open the wonderful gifts that I have received from people in the community as well as my husband. So if you want to join me for that, you are welcome to do so. I have several lovely members of the community who have become dear friends that have wonderful, been wonderful and sent me gifts. I don't know what they are yet because I have not opened them. With all that's been going on, I didn't want my own emotions ruining the response to the gift. So I'm going to wait until my birthday, which is always a more exciting day to do it anyway. I'm being very good and not peeking. Actually, to be honest, I have not had the urge to peek. Not because, I don't want to see what everybody got me. It's just an emotional thing. I'm quite sure you all understand. My emotions are being up and down, inside out. Don't want it to taint my enjoyment, if that makes sense. So the brown is going to show through. It's just going to have that glimmer on it, that silvery glimmer on top of it, which is going to look really cool. Because I'm only going to do specific plants. I'm not going to do all of them. Once I get these ones done, I will let it dry. Of course, you can go in and fix anything that you have missed or anything that you want to fix. I found a couple of spots where I forgot to put in some gold. Thin that out a little. There we go. Trying to make sure that I make it thick enough that you can see it, but thin enough to actually reach the tips of the plant. Missed a blue spot there as well. Alright, that's it for there. Now we've got this big one here, which we will do in just a moment. We're going to finish this one here. And then I will find a black marker or a black acrylic pen and do the piece of the wing that we missed. Can't remember if I put them away or if I think I just put them away, which would have been smart of me. I went through a cleaning bit, trying to tidy things up a little. Sometimes if I just keep busy enough, then I don't get as upset. But there's only so much I can do in a day. There's only so busy I can be. Unfortunately, we need to sleep sometime. And my body says, oh yeah, by the way, you need to rest now. And if I ignore it, it gets very grumpy. So I'm just going to fix this one because I put too much on there. So I'm just going to lift some of it off. There we go. Like so. And that's how those leaves are all going to be. I'm going to continue with this one here, this one here, this one here, this one here, and this one up here. And I think that is it for those types of branches. This one here. Now we're going to rinse off this brush. We're going to grab the gold brush here, and we're going to fix that little piece of gold area that I missed, and if I can remember where it was. Let's fix the blue area while I still remember where it is. Okay, so we've got the blue area fixed. Now we're going to take our black, where did I put it? Our black marker, and we're going to fix the wing that we missed first time around. So just very, very gently going over, trying not to get into the leaves with the black. And I'm just going right over top of the blue that I've already got down. The black marker puts out quite a bit of ink. This is an acrylic marker. These are the Magic Fly markers. So and I went too far. Now I gotta go over that with the blue. Ay, ay, ay. How to fix your mistakes. 101. How to mess up fixing your mistakes. 101. Alright. I think this area here is supposed to be black too. Alright. And I will fix that other black area after it dries. It has to dry completely before I can go over it with the blue. So that is what I will do. I wasn't able to find the... Oh, I found it. I wasn't able to find the area that the gold was, and I think I just found it. At least I found one of them anyway. So this is the Jacquard gold, same as the white that we just used. Oh, now I can't find it. There's one here. There's one spot there, and there's one here. And one there. Ah, there it is. Trying not to. And there's more blue there that I missed. Okay, I think that. Okay, so that's it for the gold. Now again, we're going to take our blue and we're going to touch up the areas that we missed. Of course, they're all at the very edge. Alright, I think we've got them all now. Oh, I want to do this one up here in the white. So the brush that I'm using is a 0 fine point brush. And again, this is just the jacquard. It is called Super Sparkle. And it's just an acrylic, sparkly acrylic paint. And once I get these ones here done, then we will take a look at how it all looks together. And I will call it a day. And of course, again, take a look at Amy Ward Art. She is the one that taught me how to do the background for this with the inks. And she has some really cool different ones that she's done throughout the past few weeks with inks on Kirby books. So take a look at her stuff and see how she does it. Like I said, I don't have all the inks that she does, so hers are a little more intense and a little bit more intricate with the amount of ink and splatter and splashing that she does. I was a little reserved in comparison, but it's just as beautiful. All right, so let's put the paint away. I think I've got all the areas. Oh, no, there's another one there. I gotta stop looking. Keep on finding them. I just found another little one. So we're just gonna fill this one in here. And there we go. I think that's it. Just going to take one more quick look around, make sure that I don't have any other leaves that I should be doing. I think that is it. think we got it. And once those leaves dry, they will have that white sparkle to them. They won't, of course, be stark white. They will be translucent. So unlike the gold, they are a bit more see-through. And you can see the gold. It's very shiny, as well as the white, which is also very shiny. The blue is a blue metallic-y color. I don't see a lot of metallic in it, but it's supposed to be a blue metallic pit pen, so I don't see a huge amount of metallic in the blue, which is fine because I wasn't sure I wanted a huge amount of metallic in it, so I'm kind of glad that it's not overly metallic. And I will continue with this and fill in the rest of the blue as well as the rest of the white areas on those branches, and I will post the picture in Instagram as well as Facebook. And yeah, so that is our Try It Tuesday accomplishments for the past couple of weeks using our gesso on the background, some brown and black inks on over top of the gesso, letting that dry, and then using a black acrylic marker. This is a Magic Fly acrylic paint marker. It has several different points to it, so it's got a fine point, a bullet point, chisel, a fine point, a chisel point, and on the other side of the chisel point is a bullet point. All right, guys, with that, I would like to say thank you all very much for watching. I hope this has been informative and that you have enjoyed the tips that I have been able to share with you because of Amy Ward Art. Again, I want to say thank you very much to Shannon for starting the Kirby-a-thon. This is an event called 2 Weeks with Kirby that is hosted by Craft and Color with Shani Blue. And yeah, with that, always remember to relax, color, and stay safe, everyone. Until next time, bye-bye for now.